Hey up everybody, how the devil are we all doing? It's the Nervous Golfer, and in this video I've got another top 5 camp locations for you. Simply lovely. No, actually I've got 6 locations for you, but considering 2 of them are only a gnat's dick away from each other, I'm going to class them as one. Anyway, let's take a look at them. So our first location is here, just near Vault 51, and what we've got ourselves is a lovely little tent with a decent view of the forest. Absolutely spiffing. Now yes, there isn't much space to actually build around here because it's, dominated by this bloody tent in the middle and all the shit that's around it. But I'm sure that you could pull something from your arsehole. I mean, I do it every other week with these camp locations, and they are getting really hard to find. So if I can do it, you guys can as well. Anyway, moving on swiftly. And as I said about this location, it does have a decent view. Just take a look at that. Absolutely marvellous. And this view segues us on perfectly to our next location, which is literally at the bottom of this cliff. Now, this is a pretty old school location. Loads of people know about it, and people have built here since day dot, since Fallout 76 started. But I've not seen many actually doing builds here in a long time. Now, as you can see, what we've got here is the remnants of a farm. The house, you can pretty much write that off. I mean, you can try and build there if you want, but due to the angle, it's going to be a pain in the arse. Like I said, have a crack at it if you want, but if you develop an aneurysm while doing it, don't blame old TNG. With it being a farm, we do have some crops as well. We have some razor grain, we have some mute fruit, and of course we have some corn, unless you're JC Ozzy who confuses corn with cannabis on a regular basis. Now, as I said before, the house is pretty much shagged. It's had more hits than Tina Turner, but we do have this barn here, and it's actually in really good condition, to be fair to it. So if you're into your immersive builds, this would actually be a decent base to start one, I guess. All in all, 2 pretty cool locations. You are going to have to use a bit of imagination to, get an half-decent camp there. More so the tent location on the cliff. The barn, in all fairness, wouldn't actually be too bad. But yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Enemies-wise, you do get scorched and feral ghouls down at the little farm thing on the tent area. I'm not too sure. I didn't see anything there. For our next location, we are near the converted munitions factory, and we've got another tent. Yep, there's got to be a bit of a theme here with tents. I do apologise. And here is the tent, I guess you could call it that. I mean, it's not really, is it? It's more like a bit of tarpaulin on top of a stick, but that's absolutely fine. Now, there is quite a lot of junk scattered around here as well, which again is nice for immersive builds, and we've got a portrait of a cat. I mean, what more could you want from a camp? While we're on the subject of junk and crap scattered around everywhere, why can't we have this kind of stuff for our camps? I mean, just look there. We have breeze blocks. We have what looks like a couple of planks of wood. The assets are already in the game. How hard would it be to just, let us have them to play with? Come on, Bethesda. Pull your finger out. All the time you spent on giving us filing cabinets, you could have put this shit in, couldn't you? Anyhow, back to this location. Now, unlike the other tent spot, we have got some decent land at the back to build here, and if you do go towards the end of the cliff, you do have, well, it's an okay view. You can see Ammo Factory in all of its unrendered glory. Enemies-wise, well, I've not actually seen much here, but if you've been with the channel long enough, you know that I'm not always the best at pointing out the fact that a big dirty deathclaw could spawn at your camp location. So if you do know of any, let us know down in comments. Right, so for our third location, we have a lovely patch of flat land just near Lake Gad. I think that's the pigsty there for another map reference. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? And here is said flat land, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not lying to you when I say this is probably one of the biggest patches of flat terrain on the entire map. If you want an easy location to build in, this is probably one of the best out there, to be honest with you. In terms of the terrain, anyway. Now, in my opinion, at least, the only thing that lets this area down is the scenery. If Lake Gad was still, a lake, it'd be a lot nicer. But due to some overzealous raider with a mini nuke, we don't have that luxury anymore. All in all, though, a really decent spot and a really easy spot to build in as well. For this one, we're back in the forest, and again, we're near Vault 51. There's quite a few decent locations around here, to be honest with you. Now, I like this location for a couple of reasons. One, I can imagine a camp being built right up to that little, rock face at the back there. I don't know, I think it'd just make a cozy little build. A small one, yeah, but as we all know, size doesn't matter. Just ask my wife if you don't believe me. The other reason I like it is because it's got oil. Now, yes, on the resource, pecking order, it's quite low down there, but it's nice just to have free resources, isn't it? And of course, guys, we're in the forest. As we all know, it's the best region on the entire bloody map. Last but not least, we're back near Lake Gad, and again, we're just near the pigsty. I think that's what it's called. Don't shoot me if it isn't. And what do we have here, you may ask? Well, we've got ourselves another tent, but this one is quite large, and it has a lot of room inside of it to build in. If I were to build here, I don't know, I'd probably build like a travelling trader kind of camp. But if we're honest with ourselves, what the fuck do I actually know? And to top it off, if dried up lake beds are your, cup of tea, then it's got an half decent view as well. I mean, it's not exactly the best I've ever seen by a long shot, but it's not bad, is it? It has a certain charm. And that is it from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As ever, if you did like it, please hit that thumbs up button so I know I'm doing, you know, an half-decent job. Nope, probably not. And if you really want to help a guy out, you may consider hitting that subscribe button too. Anyway, as we say in the north, I will love you and leave you, and I will catch you in the next one.